Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Faculty of Computing of Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka warmly welcomes you all to its 6th International Conference on Advanced Research in Computing, ICRC 2026, as they focus on responsible AGI, balancing intelligence, responsibility, and sustainability, aiming to shape a just, inclusive, and a sustainable future for all. Before commencing onto the agenda, we would like to take you through a throwback to our ICRC journey. The Faculty of Computing embarked on this journey back in 2021 with its inaugural ICRC, and the faculty is beyond proud today, seeing its growth at the 6th edition. The 6th ICRC becomes even remarkable since the year 2026 marks the 30th anniversary for Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka. As we prepare to celebrate our contributions towards sustainable technological development, let us embellish this thought by honoring the traditional lighting of the oil lamp digitally. Let me take the honor of inviting Professor Kavinga Koswathage, Dean, Faculty of Technology, representing the Vice Chancellor of Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka, Professor Taraka Samarasinghe, Chair, IEEE Sri Lanka Section, our guest of honor, Professor Atulasi Nyanapala, Dean, Faculty of Management Studies, Professor Rohitha Rosairo, Dean, Faculty of Graduate Studies, Professor Chandrika Disanayaka, Dean, Faculty of Agricultural Sciences, Professor Rohana Abevikrama, Dean, Faculty of Social Sciences and Languages, Professor Kapila Ratnayaka, Dean, Faculty of Applied Sciences, Professor Nimal Udayakumara, Director, Center for Research and Knowledge Dissemination, Professor Samantha Kumara, Director, Center for Computer Studies, Co-Chair ICRC and Head, Department of Software Engineering, Professor Darshini Ruandipika, Director, Center for Quality Assurance, Professor Indunil Dayaratna, Director, University Business Linkage Cell, Professor Tilini Gamage, Director, Staff Development Center, Professor Dunusingha Dharmaratna, Director, Center for Open and Distance Learning, Mrs. T.N. Naizuri, Librarian, Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka, Mr. Saman Uyangudu, Registrar, Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka, Ms. S.A.S.D. Silva, Bursa, Mrs. K.M. Purnima, Acting Assistant Registrar of the Faculty of Computing, Professor Pradeep Abegunawardena and Dr. Lochandaka Ranathunga, Conference Co-Chairs and external members to the Faculty Board of Computing, Mr. Ashik Ali, former Chairman SLASCOM and external member to the Faculty Board of Computing, Dr. Sugishwari Lekamge, Head, Department of Computing and Information Systems, Co-Chair ICRC 2026, Dr. Piyumi Ishanka, Head, Department of Data Science, Publication Chair ICRC 2026, Professor Anuradha Jayakodi, Co-Chair, Technical Program Committee, Professor Roshan Ragel, Chair, Generative AI and Education Track, Professor Buddhika Jayasekara, Chair, Digital Transformation in Healthcare Track, Dr. Damayanti Herath, Chair, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Track, Mr. Kavinga Lekanayaka, Chair, Digital Transformation and Industry 5.0 Track, Mr. Dinesh Asankar, Chair, Emerging Topics in Computing, Professor Jayalath Ekanayaka, our distinguished close collaborator and the session chair, Dr. Rasara Samarasinghe, Session Chair ICRC 2026, Professor Chalinda Benaragama, our distinguished close collaborator and resource person for today's Learn workshop, Dr. Asita Bandaranayaka, Consultant Chief Technical Officer, Learn, Professor Chulantha Jayawardena, IEEE GRSS Sri Lanka Chapter, Mr. Kasunel Sirisena, representing the manager, University Branch, Bank of Ceylon, one of the authors, representing the authors of ICRC 2026, one of the students representing the students of the Faculty of Computing, Ms. Saranga Somavira, Conference Secretary, and accompanied by Professor S. Vasantapriyan, Conference Chair, ICRC 2026, and the Dean, Faculty of Computing. We invite a presenter as well and one of the students from the Faculty of Computing. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, let us all rise for the national anthem. Thank you, everyone.
ගමන් සරයාමෙට ඇති දොළොස් මල් පෙති පාවඩ රිසි මීන කුලේ නාගාලෙට සිරි මුතුරනින් කෙරුවායද වටි වඩින කලබමින් ගජලීලා කුඹුසේ සත් ලෙලවයි හිඳිනා ඇතුමන් පිටහඬදේ හොරනා සරසමිනා වඩින කලබමින් ගජලීලා කුඹුසේ සත් ලෙලවයි හිඳිනා ඇතුමන් පිටහඬදේ හොරනා සරසමිනා
वराहरूपं देववरीष्टं वरस्मितवदनं वज्रदन्तदर रक्षाकवचम्
නගර මණ්ඩල සහස්‍ර චමුකපති නුඹ ගැබදිරි දිරි පන්නාපං කමලිත පුෂ්ප බුදම් යකු දිස්ටි බරංගත සලිත කරං මාරං අතට ගතිය අවිය සුවිරු තබන පයට රුදුරු මකුට සරිය අවිදල් බං තන්දෙන් රැහන් කොට ගිල්වා මකර කට වින්න රකින්න මග මාරං
Kirtaka chunuta dinta Kirtaka chunuta dinta Kirtaka chunuta dinta Dhum ta na 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 dhum dhum ta na 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 dhum dhum agappa Dhum dhum ta na na de na 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 dhum dhum agasa Dagda dhum da 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 di ra na 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 Dagda dhum da dagda dhum dagda dhum 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 da na 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 di na 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 dhum ta na di ra na gama gama ma gama ba ma ga za ni za ta na di ra na gama gama ma gama ba ma ga za ni za ta na di ra na gama gama ma gama ba ma ga za ni za come now follow my lead come now follow my lead gama ba ma gama ba gama ba ma gama za gama ba ma gama ba gama ba ma gama za ma ba ni gama ma gama ba ma gama za za gama ba za gama I'm in love with you right why Diri ba ba ga re sa ni why Pani sa sa pani sa sa pani sa sa why Gare ni sa ba gare sa ni da ba why
Thank you, dear students. We're going to witness how the first-year students of the Faculty of Computing make the faculty proud with their amazing versatility. Thank you again, and we wish you every success for your future. Let's now go through a short video reminiscing the collective efforts and successes the Faculty of Computing have achieved together.
The journey of the Faculty of Computing at Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka reflects a steadfast commitment to academic excellence, innovation, and continuous growth in the field of computing. Formally established as the 9th faculty of Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka on 27th December 2022, the Faculty of Computing commenced its mission with a holistic vision to contribute meaningfully to the national objective of maintaining a sustainable balance between demand and supply within the IT BPM industry. The faculty is steadily positioning itself as a leading center for computing education and research, comprising 3 vibrant academic departments: the Department of Computing and Information Systems, the Department of Software Engineering, and the Department of Data Science. The faculty's evolution is marked by significant milestones. The establishment of the Department of Computing and Information Systems in 2008 marked a momentous advancement in computing education at the university. This was followed by the introduction of the Bachelor of Science Honours degree in Computing and Information Systems, a landmark initiative that reinforced the faculty's commitment to producing highly competent graduates for the digital era. Building upon this foundation, the Bachelor of Science Honours in Software Engineering was launched for the 2019-2020 academic intake, and the Bachelor of Science Honours in Data Science was introduced for the 2022-2023 intake, further broadening academic offerings in response to emerging industry needs. All degree programs are developed in compliance with ACM, IEEE and AIS standards, upholding academic excellence and global recognition. Students of the faculty consistently distinguish themselves through remarkable achievements in academics, research, innovation, aesthetics, and sports. Their enthusiasm, creativity, and relentless pursuit of knowledge continue to drive the faculty's progress. The faculty is supported by a highly accomplished academic staff whose contributions have earned widespread recognition. Their achievements include prestigious research fellowships and distinguished national and international awards, reflecting their strong commitment to scholarship and professional excellence. Through strong university-industry partnerships and the invaluable support of an engaged alumni network, the faculty aspires to produce well-rounded graduates equipped with both advanced technical competencies and essential professional skills. As a vibrant hub of scholarly exchange, the faculty has hosted the International Conference on Advanced Research in Computing for the 6th consecutive time and the Computing Undergraduate Research Symposium for the 3rd time. In addition, Comspective, the biannual ICT technical magazine, serves as a platform for sharing research findings, innovations, and insights in the computing domain. Supported by active student bodies including the Society of Computer Sciences, the IEEE student branch of SUSL, the Women in Engineering Affinity Group of SUSL, and the IEEE Computer Society student branch chapter, the Faculty of Computing thrives as a collaborating and inclusive learning community. These associations empower students to organize flagship events such as Let Me Hack, the Inter-University Hackathon Virtual Rival, the gaming competition Code Quest, the Inter-Faculty Hackathon, and INSL Sabaragamuwa provincial competitions, as well as fortnight meetups and numerous other impactful events and knowledge-sharing sessions that foster innovation, teamwork, and skill development. As the Faculty of Computing moves forward, it takes great pride in its journey and the milestones accomplished to date. Anchored in a strong culture of innovation and academic excellence, the faculty confidently embraces future opportunities and challenges, committed to sustained growth and meaningful impact.
I would now cordially invite Professor Shanmuganathan Vasantapriyan, the chair of the 6th International Conference on Advanced Research in Computing and the Dean, Faculty of Computing, to welcome our distinguished gathering.
Good evening, all of you. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Sunishanda, Professor Kavinga Koswatage, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor here, fellow deans, distinguished keynote speaker, Professor Trishanda Nanekar from Imperial College, United Kingdom, Professor Takako Hashimoto, IEEE Region 10 Director, our guest of honor, Professor Tharaka Samarasinghe, Chair IEEE Sri Lanka Section, Deans of the Faculties, Registrar, Bursa, esteemed academics, researchers, industry experts, participants from IEEE Sri Lanka Section, track chairs, session chairs, reviewers, technical program committee members, all technical and financial co-sponsors, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, all student participants and organizing committee members. It is with great pleasure and profound gratitude that I welcome you all to the 6th International Conference on Advanced Research in Computing, which is called as ICRC 2026, hosted by the Faculty of Computing, Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka. This year's conference revolves around the theme Responsible AGI, Balancing Intelligent Responsibility and Sustainability. As we gather here today, we recognize that artificial intelligence is not merely a field of study. It is a transformative force that is reshaping the landscape of computing research and beyond. Responsible AGI development must prioritize not just technical excellence, but also more responsibility and long-term sustainability. Intelligence alone is not sufficient. AGI must be aligned with human values, governed by transparent frameworks, and designed with safety at its core. Let me warmly welcome the chief guest, Professor Sunishanda, the Vice Chancellor. Over the past 2 years, his guidance and mentorship have been instrumental in strengthening our excellence in teaching, research, recruitment, and overall performance of the faculty. Next, I extend a warm welcome to our guest of honor, Professor Tharaka Samarasinghe, Chair of the IEEE Sri Lanka Section 2026, who has been a constant friend and mentor, providing invaluable guidance, care, and leadership to this conference. I extend a warm welcome to our distinguished keynote speaker, Professor Trishanda Nanekar, whose outstanding contributions to robotics and embodied intelligence continue to inspire innovation and excellence in research and practice. We are deeply honored by his presence at this conference. We are honored to host an exceptional lineup of keynote and plenary speakers whose insights will undoubtedly inspire us. We navigate the evolving landscape of computing research. I warmly welcome the deans of all the faculties who are my greatest source of strength and encouragement in moving forward. We warmly welcome all the members of the Council, the Senate, and the senior academic administrative staff of the university to this event. We also extend our sincere welcome to Mr. Saman Uyangoda, the registrar, Ms. Shirani D. Silva, the bursar, Mrs. Naisuri, the librarian, and all the other administrative officers. I warmly welcome all track chairs, session chairs, reviewers, technical program committee members, our technical and financial co-sponsors, and all national and international authors. I also extend a heartfelt welcome to our honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, and also the student participants from locally and internationally. As you know, this conference is made possible through an unwavering support of our partners and sponsors, including IEEE, IEEE Sri Lanka section, IEEE Computer Society Sri Lanka chapter, IEEE Communication Society chapter, IEEE Engineering in Medicine and Biology Society Sri Lanka chapter, IEEE Industry Application Society Sri Lanka chapter. We are also grateful to our knowledge and innovation partner, MTTS, and also our official merchandise partner, GRSS Sri Lanka chapter. Your commitment and contribution play a pivotal role in making ICRC 2026 a success. ICRC 26 offers a diverse array of sessions, including pre-conference workshops, tutorials, and high-quality research presentations, as we continue to our tradition of academic excellence with IEEE technical course sponsorship. All accepted and presented papers will be submitted for inclusion of IEEE Explorer, ensuring global visibility for pioneering research. Finally, let me take this moment to warmly and sincerely welcome my dedicated team from the Faculty of Computing, the remarkable individuals who stand behind every success I achieve. Your commitment, resilience, and tireless efforts keep me moving forward with confidence and determination. As a leader, I am strengthened by your support, your trust, and your unwavering belief in our shared mission. Let us come together with passion, commitment, and a shared vision to deliver this conference with excellence. Let us bring energy, creativity, and dedication into every task we undertake. It belongs to a united team that believes in making a real difference through knowledge, innovation, and collaboration. Together we will raise the standard. Together we will make history. Together we will rock this conference. I now formally declare the ICRC 2026 is open. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. The ICRC has always been honored with the presence of eminent Sri Lankan researchers who are distinguished faculty in leading global academic institutions. Today, we are honored to have the presence of Professor Trishantha Nanayakara as the keynote speaker of the ICRC 2026. Professor Trishantha Nanayakara is a distinguished professor of robotics at Imperial College London and the director of the Morph Lab at the Dyson School of Design Engineering. He is internationally recognized for his pioneering contributions to embodied intelligence. His innovative research integrates robotics, neuroscience, and human-machine interaction to address complex real-world challenges. Through his groundbreaking work on soft robotics and bio-inspired systems, Professor Nanayakara investigates how the kinematics and dynamics of physical bodies can simplify perception, learning, and control in dynamic environments. Before joining Imperial College London, he held academic and research positions at leading global institutions, including King's College London, MIT, Harvard University, and Johns Hopkins University. His scholarly contributions, interdisciplinary leadership, and commitment to responsible and human-centered innovation make him a highly respected figure in the global robotics community. We are truly and greatly privileged to welcome Professor Trishantana Icarc as the keynote speaker of ICRC 2026. His insights into embodied intelligence and next-generation robotics align closely with the conference theme, Responsible AGI, Balancing Intelligence, Responsibility, and Sustainability, and will undoubtedly inspire researchers, academics, and students alike in our community. Dear Professor, let me respectfully hand over this forum to you, and we are glad to be connected with your graduate students from Imperial College during your address.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. Can you hear me clearly?
We can very well hear you, sir.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's perfect, sir. It's all right.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. It's a great privilege to be a keynote speaker at ICARC 26, and I wish you all the best with this conference. So I'm Dr. Shanti. I'm a professor.
you begin to see the difference between textures very in a pronounced way. And then when you have both nail and the bone, it's so pronounced, and then you can feel the difference between textures much better. So this explains how important it is to have these hard formations in soft tissue in our body to enable us to feel the world in very different, very fine ways. And without this, embodied parts, the brain alone cannot experience the world. As we are all, it is very inefficient to process information only with the brain and without the right correct embodiment in the physical body, right? So these are things that were missing in robotics for a long time, and then we are beginning to see how important these things are, right? Now you can see everybody's nails are different, and everybody's slight variations in the morphology are the bones, and then the difference between chimpanzees and humans and then these primates are even a slight difference can make a huge difference in the way humans feel the world, and then the chimpanzees and other primates are seeing the world, and then that might explain why we became a very different species of tool makers. Like, so we could feel fine information in the tools, starting from older one tools upwards. All the machine making and everything may have been driven by how the brain and then the embodiment interplay works in human body, not in other animals, right? So another PhD student, Peyu Ma, right? So his work is to extend that kind of fingertip ideas to we call it more hybrid neural networks, right? So it's like more embodied neural networks, right? So this fingertip has these sensors, and these sensors are buried in a oxidic structures that can really work as several layers of a deep neural network, right? So physically, we are cutting down the number of layers we need in a deep neural network to understand the world, and then the brain is like the rest of the layers, and then we can quickly that robot can understand, identify different objects, and then pick up, and then they know how to pack it in a box, for example. So this is going to be very useful for the domestic robots, and then robots in warehouses in future. This is a good example of the brain and the body working together in signal processing and complex object manipulation. So you can download all these papers from my website, right? Okay. So this is work. Oops, sorry. Work. Became a little slow. And then it gets stuck. Yeah. What we do with the NASA Jet Propulsion Lab. So the Mars rover, right? So the Mars rover is a tiny video clip I took on the Mars yard in the NASA Jet Propulsion Lab. Our collaborators have this problem of knowing, what kind of terrain they're going on planet Mars, and then they want to avoid soft sand and then muddy or very very soft terrains where the robot can get stuck, and then it's very difficult to recover, right? So one is like we have wheels, and then the wheels are great on flat terrain, And then we know these vegs are great on very rough terrain. And then right now, what NASA does is like it has this rocker bogey mechanism, and it can go over these obstacles because of this rocker bogey. So this part can rotate around that pivot joint, keeping these two wheels on the ground. But can we have the wheels themselves to passively transform from a wheel to a leg? That'd be super cool, right? And then there's one more problem. You could hear that this is crunching against the ground, and then you can hear some sound. And then can we use that sound to understand what the terrain is, right? So those are the two questions. So this Thomas Gordon, one of my master students, like he was really brilliant, and then he came up with this mechanism, right? So this hook and a jaw mechanism. So this is published in Attribute Robotics and Automation Letters. You can see the idea is like, so if it hits, the claw hits a obstacle, the pad pops up, and then that makes a hook. And then it can passively grip onto the rough obstacle like this, right? Yeah, so the wheel is great on flat terrain, but like if it hits a obstacle, it automatically, protrudes that hook and then hooks onto the obstacle. So just like that fish I explained, so this wheel is just using the obstacle as a resource, right? It is not seeing the obstacle as a problem. It uses the obstacle as a help to go over the obstacle itself, right? So this patch wheel is a passively transformable wheel. Idea is like at an embodiment level, the wheel is intelligent, right? So it doesn't have any kind of computing happening other than the wheels. We don't have any sensors there, no control algorithms, nothing. It's a wheel. Structurally, it's programmed to behave intelligently, and then work in a natural environment. That's another. So I mentioned about this. I don't know if you can hear that crunching sound of the Mars yard. And then this is the upcoming lunar mission to our moon. This is called the Kadri mission. So the Kadri robots are 3 robots, autonomous robots sent to moon, and then like these robots are small scout robots that can automatically coordinate themselves and then do some scanning on the moon surface. They have this ground penetration radar. I don't know, you can see, and it can scan underneath the surface of the moon. And then these are Martian robots, right? So, and then the question is, can we use a mechanism similar to our ear, right? So, like we have this pressure waves coming in, and then the mechanical amplification and the basilar membrane doing frequency separation. Can we use something similar as a membrane in the rover? Use these spokes as membranes in the rover to do some signal separation, thereby understanding what the terrain is. That might be very safe for our missions. Upcoming missions, right? So collaborators Kalin Carpenter and Changak Choi at NASA, and they are involved in day-to-day control of the Mars rover, and mission in the mission control center. So the idea is like, so you see this the hooked shape of the spoke of the rover wheel, and then I had a suspicion that the bending moment related stresses along the spoke might separate information. Actually, NASA didn't plan it that way, right? So NASA had this spoke as a shock absorber. So it is me who suspected that. Yeah, hold on, right? So because of this bending moment profile along the spoke, it can have local stresses that are unique to a specific location, and then we know that natural frequency of vibration of signals, resonance frequency has a direct relationship with the local stress. And then can we use that to separate information? So this is Xiao Jin, my master's student, now a PhD student. So mounted those sensors, did some FE analysis, and then we collected data from different terrains. And then, so what we see is that, so for different texture and terrain conditions, just by getting sensor signals from 3 locations on that tape, the hooked spoke on the wheel, we can separate different terrains with about 94% accuracy, which is pretty good enough for NASA to be safe on different terrain conditions. So the idea is in future missions, like we might have a scout robot going in front of the mother robot, and then scout robot understands what the terrain is, and then it informs the mother robot about, and it sends back to Earth, or like so it informs the mother robot what the terrain is ahead, and then how soft it is, how muddy it is, or how dangerous it is, and then the mission control people like Chandra and Kalin can decide which way to go to drive the robot. So thanks to NASA Jet Propulsion Lab, so we are continuing that work. So this is the work we do with our collaborators in Zurich and Italy, Pisa University, and the Boston Dynamics AI Institute about field robots. So we are fascinated about these mountain goats, how these mountain goats can survive on those cliffs without slipping, right? So there's a steep cliff, and then on a dam, and but they walk without slippage. And then I suspected that maybe the hoofs are intelligent in addition to the brain, and the hoofs are taking care of an autonomous slip reduction function that the brain doesn't have to worry about. So, and then my PhD student, Chris, was an amazing explorer. And then Chris started to think about it. And then before that, another PhD student called Sarah Ardela Abad Goma, now she's an associate professor at University UCL. So this has been happening about 8 years now. And then he tested this hypothesis that the hoof mechanical intelligence, it has the right morphological features so that the hoof can be intelligent on its own. And then he tested on the Peak District in the UK, and then realized. So the important thing is this hoof, like we can test this hypothesis, like almost like genetic evolution, and then we can have a hypothesis, make a prototype, and then we test that hypothesis, and then we understand, that a sharp edge at the tip is very important to hook onto different rough features on the terrain, and then yes, we keep that as a genetic information, right? A morphological information, and then how about then sideways slipping, or backward slipping, right? And then we one by one we understand the critical morphological features in the hoof, and understand that okay, so these joints do matter, right? So the compliance of these joints also matter in addition to the hard, rigid edges, and we call it edging. And then we evolve this hoof over several iterations, just like natural evolution happens. And we come up with some morphological result that can explain why the mountain goats are not slipping on the terrain, right? So the final finding, you can see this just came out on Nature Robotics. You can download the paper and see. You could see so if the foot was a ball joint, if you drop it, it will just slip down the slope, right? Right. And then you can say if it is a ball, yes, obviously. But how about the sharp edge, like a cube? It'll just bounce off the surface, and then it'll continue to bounce off and then go down. But the mountain goat hoof, if it slips, what happens is it has this passive flapping on the surface, and then this passive dynamics stop it on the surface, right? So when both the foot and then the cube were just bouncing down, and the mountain goat hoof can stop it on the surface. So we can probabilistically show that these morphological passive dynamics are autonomous, and these autonomous features can have intelligence so that the brain can relieve a lot of thinking and then, closed loop control. So this is what you see at different surface conditions and different angles. The hoof is the least likely to slip down, right? And some morphological features we can do a morphological feature space mapping, and then we can again see that the hoof has the the highest very steep angles it can survive. So this is more into the future. So we are working together with the Boston Dynamics AI Institute at Zurich, and Marco Huda is the director of Boston Dynamics AI Institute. So they have this huge, let's say, NVIDIA GPUs based simulations like Isaac Sim. You know how it works. So you can run tens and thousands of robots in simulation in physical engines in parallel, and then they can learn different behaviors of policies. We call it proximal policy optimization. So this robot has some control policy which is different from that robot, and then they can learn independently and exchange that information, and then they can learn in parallel. This is the good thing about GPUs, the type of NVIDIA GPUs, and then you can then replicate that into like hundreds of robots, or even thousands of robots learning in parallel. So we proximal policy optimization, and then they converge in parallel pretty fast to really good behaviors, and then depending on the reality gap between sim to real in the physical contact dynamics, it learns really fast, and then you can just export that learned policies to a real robot, and then get see how the real robot works. So here it is like exported that proximal policy optimization happening in thousands of robots in parallel in Isaac Sim, exported once a good policy is learned, and it is exported real robot, and then this is just the first shot of the real testing, and then really the real robot doesn't have to learn much because already the policies are very strong. And you can see in real rough terrains, like even if it slips, it can survive. So I think here you might see an interesting thing. Just watch closely. Yeah, it slips, but it can recover, right? So our job will be to replace this bull feet with mountain goat hoofs to give it more embodied intelligence, so that the controllers they don't have to worry too much about slippage. So this will be hopefully done in near future. Right. Yeah, I think you should see it here, right? So it slips here, somewhere here, and then it recovers pretty fast. Yeah, see. It just has the right policies to recover. Just learned in Isaac Sim. simulations environments. Right. I think with that, I will stop talking. I thank my lab members, all the PhD students in my lab. I have two Sri Lankans. So yeah, actually, yeah. So he's a visitor, and then Dipankar Bhattacharya is an Indian student, and Parvati is an Indian student, and then yeah, all different countries. Like I have had PhD students from I think about 21 countries so far. So we are a very diverse community, and we enjoy. Thank you very much, and I can take some questions.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very insightful and informative, inspiring talk. And I'm sure that the audience must have many questions, but since we are in a bit of a hurry with the rest of the agenda, I believe our audience can connect with you through some platform that's quite possible, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Would that be fine, sir?
Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
Yes,
thank you so very
you.
much. Please accept our gratitude with this virtual token of appreciation, and we believe that we need to have you here in person in Sabaragamuwa.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, sir. The ICRC is constantly supported by the IEEE Asia Pacific region, and we today are privileged to have the presence of Professor Takako Hashimoto, Director Region 10, 2025-2026, for the 6th ICRC. Professor Takako Hashimoto graduated from Oshinamizu University in Japan and received her PhD in computer science from the University of Tsukuba in 2005, specializing in multimedia information processing. She worked at the Software R&D Center of Ricoh Corporation Limited for 24 years and contributed in the development of many software products as a technical leader. From the year 2009, she joined Chiba University of Commerce and currently serves as a director, deputy to the president, and the dean of the Faculty of Commerce and Business Administration, and has also been a visiting researcher at the University of California, Los Angeles. Professor Hashimoto has focused on data mining research and social media analysis, especially under disasters and topical problems like COVID-19. She is serving as associate member of the Science Council of Japan and chair of the National Council for Research and Development Committee, Minister of Internal Affairs and Communications, to name a few. She has served as a past chair of IEEE Women in Engineering, has been the recipient of IEEE 2019 MGA Larry K. Wilson Transnational Award, and currently heads the IEEE Region 10 as a director. Dear Madam, let me hand over the forum to you for your address.
Okay, thank you so much for your kind invitation. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone. Hello, I am Takako Hashimoto, currently serving as the deputy to the president and professor at the University of Commerce, and also research fellow of the University of Tokyo. So thank you so much for giving me this great opportunity to share my research with all of you. And also a bit, I will talk about IEEE Region 10. So this is my bio, but already the chair introduced me kindly. So I used to be an industrial engineer, and currently serving as a professor, vice president, and also research fellow of the University of Tokyo. And also several public positions I have. I'm a member of the Science Council of Japan, and also I'm working for the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications, and Ministry of Education and Japan Science and Technology Agency. And in IEEE, I am leading the IEEE Asia Pacific area as IEEE Region 10 Director. And also, I used to be the Board of Governor of Computer Society. So let me introduce the IEEE Region 10 a bit. So you may know or you may not know anyway. So I2P currently has more than 500,000 members all over the world. It's a quite remarkable and huge, big number. So we have so many members from all over the world. So quite global association. Then I2P is dividing the world into 10 regions. So from region 1 to 6 is the US, like this, and from region 7, is Canada, and region 8 is Europe and Africa, and region 9 Latin America, and region 10 Asia Pacific region. So Sri Lanka here, and also I'm from Japan, but currently staying in US, but I'm from Japan. So Japan, Sri Lanka, the other Asia Pacific countries are here in this region 10. So and the region 10, the membership of region 10 is the largest. So out of the 500,000 members, so there are more than 200,000 members are from region 10. So I2P region 10 is the largest region all over the world. And also the point is our growth. Our growth is outstanding. So you can see 17.4% growth from last year. Every year, this Asia Pacific region, the membership is growing more than 10%, around 15, 17%. It is quite remarkable number, and also it shows especially region 10 area is so growing. So we have many members year by year. Okay, this is I2P region 10 information. And now, currently, I am leading this Asia Pacific region's activities, membership development activities, focusing on, and also including conferences, technical conferences, with the different operational unit, including the Sri Lanka section. So working together with to empower these areas, technical activities together. So, and I truly appreciate the Sri Lanka section and the university organizing team's effort for making this great conference possible. So your work is so nice to empower the technical advancement in I2P Asia Pacific region. So this kind of activities are very important for this, especially I2P Asia Pacific region. Okay, so the time is quite limited, so I cannot introduce in detail, but I'd like to share my research focusing on data mining briefly in my talk. So we are now proposing a new informatics concept approach in our research team. Okay, so and the motivation is like this. So now informatics means survival. So as you know, COVID-19 and large-scale disasters and the rapid spread of AI have made informatics an imperative for survival. So and misinformation and disinformation, over dependence on AI digital systems, information inequality and digital divide, massive energy consumption and environmental impact. These are part of the problems that in our modern era. So the disaster and AI spreading. So this our modern era caused a lot of the problems like this. So therefore, informatics is no longer about efficiency. It is about survival. This is our main approach concept. And then we decided the survival informatics. So we are proposing the survival informatics approach to solve these different problems. And this survival informatics is under Science Council of Japan. Science Council of Japan is Japan's National Academy of Science. So this is a central academic body under the Cabinet Office. So this is the Academy of Science consists of the top scientists all over the world. And this Science Council of Japan represents all academic disciplines, more than 200 members, and more than 2,000 associate members. And target area is quite broad: humanities, societal sciences, life sciences, natural sciences, and engineering. So our mission is to provide policy recommendations to the Japanese government and conduct studies on critical scientific and societal issues. And I am leading the Survival Informatics Subcommittee with 29 top researchers from different disciplines, and contributing to national level discussions on AI, data, ethics, and society. So, and we are now again proposing the survival informatics concept approach. So this is a new informatics paradigm for the future well-being society. So this survival informatics consists of these entities. So human-centeredness. So human-centeredness here, and supporting human agency, well-being, and inclusion. So this is quite focusing on individual issues caused by the AI and other state-of-the-art technologies, and the resilience orientation. So try to build systems that withstand and adapt to crisis. So resilience orientation is also very important. So focusing on societal issues caused by the newly created technologies. So, and in survival, informatics should consider how to solve the societal problems caused by AI, the other technologies. And else integration and ethical, legal, societal, economic. This is another point. So the individual society both providing the data every day, every single moment. And the else concept perspective is very important: ethical, legal, social, economic. So, and these connect these three entities. The individual issue, societal issue should be solved by data. This is a survival informatics concept. And actually, the survival informatics concept approach. So we should work together with the different discipline researchers, not only informatics. We have to work together, sociologists, economists, and also psychologists. Of course, we should consider philosophy and ethics. And legal, of course, legal studies is very important for this era, and environmental studies and health studies. So this survival informatics approach team consists of different discipline researchers. So under the Japanese government, we can collect the different discipline researchers and working together to consider solving the different issues caused by AI, the other, and also try to utilize and propose how to use the new technology to for enhancing our well-being, life, and society. So, and I would like to introduce two case studies under our team. So actually, under our team, we have different research projects. One is aging society, how to solve an aging society problem, and also the mental psychology problem. So one of the projects. But today, I'd like to introduce the disaster management research under survival informatics. The case study one is a disaster and victim attribute relationship based on social media messages. And case study two is the two-stage clustering on a large-scale social media analysis. Is one of the fundamental development to the application. So to to solve the issues under disaster situation. Okay, the one is okay, and why social media matters. I would like to explain a bit. So you may know social media serves as a real-time sensor of society. It directly reflects people's perceptions and behaviors during crisis. And misinformation, rumor, and stress and outrage can quickly amplify societal impact. So therefore, social media is a rich but extremely noisy and complex source of behavior shaping information. So there are under the survival informatics, so there are several projects targeting social media. So the case study one is a disaster times victim attribute. So this is this research point is how behavioral difference emerges in crisis communication. So recently, so Sri Lanka, there are huge disaster. Just we know, and also in Japan, we have a lot of disasters in our society. So, kind of the earthquake and flood and heavy raining like this. So but even when receiving the same warning after the disaster, so people reaction differ. For example, so the river has flooded, it's dangerous, so please don't go near out. So this is after the disaster, we receive this kind of information from the TV program, of course, from the social media. So, but according to the people's trait, the people's personality, the behavior may differ. Okay, for example, honest people, so I have to evacuate. But curious people, I'm curious, let's go check it out. So this same, this information, this message, so sometimes work for people, but sometimes does not work for people. And curious people sometimes they're cause the second disaster and calling out only accelerate the damage. So this kind of the situation may happen easily, and action promoting information may backfire sometimes. So, and our team is targeting analyzing the social media data. So, targeting the typhoon happened in Japan. So, this kind of typhoon, the big typhoon and the local typhoon. So, and according to the type of the disaster and also type of the people's personality, how the message worked well or not. Oh, this is our research motivation, and our team is analyzing the people's behavior using several data. Okay, and finally, so now still working, but we found that according to the type of typhoon, so local typhoon, so action promoting type message. So you don't go something like that. You have to evacuate. So very effective. And large scale typhoon. So it is a quite huge typhoon behavior suppression type message. So you should not go do this. You should not like that. This kind of the message become more effective. However, influence of personality trait. So the personality, people personality, the honest type, personal behavior trait vary depending on the type of typhoon. The honest people, so sometimes affected by the types of the typhoon, how typhoon is large or not. And curious type people, personal behavior traits remain stable. So curious type people's behavior is always similar, like that if they receive the message, you don't go, but curious type people may go. So this kind of the behavior is quite stable. And if the people are curious type, so we don't send us such message. So you should not go this dangerous area. So this kind of message should not sent to curious type people. So therefore, according to the people's personality, we have to control we have to control the message for the disaster. So this kind of the application, so we are now considering, and under the no internet connection environment, just using the cell phone, having the cell phone, maybe we have to provide the application in advance. And once disaster happened, we can deliver that application delivers appropriate message for their personality. So this kind of application we are now considering. Okay. And another case study is a two-stage clustering, but I don't have enough time. But I just introduced the concept of our technique. We are now developing the graph-based microclustering. It is a very nice clustering technique considering the complicated graph. So this is a kind of maximal click enumeration based on the maximal click enumeration technique, but it's quite good and effective to algorithm. So we achieve the good performance, the graph-based microclustering. And after the graph-based microclustering, we are adapting temporal analysis, time series clustering. So therefore, we are combining the graph-based clustering technique and time series clustering technique to extract the huge, big tweet data. So this is a big data analysis part of that, and we could have the good quality, high quality clusters. Okay, and then utilizing the AI interpretation. So basically, after the clustering result, so interpretation was problem. The interpretation was organized by human. So human interpretation was a basic way for clustering analysis. However, it takes a time, and also sometimes it should be biased. So therefore, we are utilizing now several AI, and AI interpretation by AI is very good. So we can have the good performance, so less time for the interpretation. And also we are calculating the consistency, the interpretation, AI interpretation between result from the different AI interpretation. And then we are now trying to make the real-time social media analysis technique. What is happening on social media after the disaster or after the typical problem? So, and utilizing this technique, so we can almost have to real-time analysis on the social media. So using AI is very useful. We can have the really good AI clustering interpretation to understand easily. Okay, so maybe I have to close. Okay, so and different characteristics we can have. So and finally, so we can understand what kind of the issue topics on the social media after disaster like a COVID-19 pandemic. After the COVID-19 pandemic, what kind of the topic happened on time? So utilizing our technique, we can analyze the huge, sorry, the billions of tweets. So utilizing our technique. Okay. Sorry, so I don't have enough time to explain my research, but anyway, so we are now developing the approach of social survival informatics, real-time public opinion monitoring, and early detection of misinformation and risk communication during crisis, and policy evaluation based on societal response, and cross-cultural adaptation of SNS analysis. This is we are doing this kind of research under survival informatics approach. So, and under the government council. So survival informatics provides a foundation for the reliable, resilient society. So, and this is our fundamental and also applicable research project. So if you are interested in, please contact me, and we are happy to work together with you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, dear madam. It was very informative, and it really is a high time for Sri Lanka for knowledge like what you discussed here. Thank you so very much, and please accept this virtual token of appreciation on behalf of the ICRC 2026.
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
प्रणवालय पाहि परिपालय परमेशी कमलालय श्रीदेवी कुरिपिंचवे करुणाम्बुरासी धीं तारा धीं धीं तारा जतुलतो प्राणमे नाट्यं चेसे गतुलतो नामशतं मूल नतुलतो नापैननी चूपापेला शरणन्तिने जननि नाद विनोदिनी भुवन पालिनी वे अनाथ रक्षणनी विधि कादटे मोरविनि चेरवटे ఆలోచనే నిరంతరం నీకు నివాళినివ్వాలని నాలో ఆవేదనే నువ్వు ఆదరించేలా నివేదనవ్వాలని దేహమునే కోవెలగా నిన్ను కొలువుంచా జీవముతో భావముతో సేవలు చేశా ప్రతి ఋతువు ప్రతి కృతువు నీవని ఎంచా సతతము నీ స్మరణే ధీం తారా ధీం ధీం తారా జతులతో ప్రాణమే నాట్యం చేసే గతులతో నామశతం మూల నతులతో నాపైన నీ చూపు ఆపేలా
Thank you. And you keep proving that the IT specialists of tomorrow are more and more versatile than we used to think. Thank you, and we wish you all the success. 2 weeks ago, we celebrated our 30th anniversary as the Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka, and it indeed was a celebration of excellence in higher education, research, and innovation. The university at this milestone era is privileged to be guided by a visionary leadership who envisions it to be a ranked university in the higher education system of the country. The leadership of our Vice Chancellor is instrumental in furthering the institutional presence of Sabaragamuwa University in global academia with recognition and impact. Professor M. Sunil Shantha, Vice Chancellor of Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka, is being represented by Professor Kavinga Koswattage today due to an urgent commitment. And let me cordially invite you, sir, to address this gathering.
So very good evening all, fellow deans of faculty and all the academic and non-academic members, distinguished guests, eminent scholars and industrial experts and participants from across the globe, ladies and gentlemen, dear students. So it is my great privilege to address you today on behalf of our Vice Chancellor, Professor M. Sunil Shantha, who unfortunately could not be with us due to a health concern. He extends his warm greetings and his best wishes for the success of this conference. As the acting Vice Chancellor of Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka for this occasion, I'm deeply honored to welcome you to the 6th International Conference on Advanced Research in Computing, ICARC 2026. For 6 consecutive years, our Faculty of Computing has led this important academic initiative, and it is indeed a matter of pride that this year's conference is once again technically co-sponsored by IEEE Global and its Sri Lankan chapter. So we gathered today at a crucial moment in human history. The conference theme, Responsible Artificial General Intelligence, which is AGI, balancing intelligence, responsibilities, and also the sustainability. As artificial general intelligence continues to evolve at extremely unprecedented rate and acceleration, as a physician, of course, I can say it's an acceleration. And its present transformative opportunities and capable of reshaping the industrial society and human life itself. So our next 2 days in Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka, whether the participating physically or through our hybrid platform. So your discussion must go beyond the technical excellence. We must collectively explore how these AGI systems can be made fair, transparent, and also the accountable and free from harmless biases. So equality important its sustainability as computing power expands, so too does its environmental footprint. We must think about how to sustain our society. So ICARC 2026 serve as a vital platform for interdisciplinary dialogue through the keynote addresses. So far we heard a wonderful speech by Professor in Imperial College, and also the technical sessions, workshops, and scholarly exchange. So we are in the collaboration necessary to guide the AGI development towards outcome that truly benefit for the society and also all the human generation. So on behalf of the Vice Chancellor of Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka and also the entire academic community, so I would like to appreciate the effort of Professor Vasantha Priyan and also his team to organize this particular conference, ICARC 2026. On behalf of all the community, that I wish to extend our best wishes for the success of this conference. Thank you very much.
I would cordially invite you, sir, to be back on stage. I would now like to invite the publication chair, Dr. Piyumi Shankar, and the conference chair, Professor Shanmuganathan Vasantapriyan, to ceremonially hand over the book of abstracts to Professor Kavinga Koswathage, acting Vice Chancellor, Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Since its inception, the ICRC of the Faculty of Computing has received the contributions of Professor Roshan Jiragel in multiple roles. Professor Roshan Jiragel is a distinguished academic and an educator in computer engineering, serving the University of Peradeniya. He brings over 2 decades of experience in teaching, mentorship, research, and leadership in higher education, and it is the recipient of 2025 IEEE Computer Society Mary Kenneth Keller Computer Science and Engineering Undergraduate Teaching Award. As the track chair for Generative AI in Education, he presents the Technical Program Report on behalf of Dr. Pubudu Jayasena, Chair of the Technical Program Committee, ICRC 2026. I cordially invite Professor Roshan Ragel to represent the Technical Program Committee of ICRC 2026 and deliver the address.
Thank you and good evening. Can I get my slides? Okay, so this is more of a formality, and Priyan is showing me that I had to finish this in 2-3 minutes. So I'll run through this fast. So the idea is to share with you some ideas on how the whole program planning went. Obviously, in a conference, it's about the papers. So we keep receiving more and more papers every year, and it's becoming a daunting task to review them and select a few papers to be published. So we're going to share what we did during this round. Okay, so these are the main people who did it, not me, as you can see, but I'm presenting on behalf of them. And that's the long list of 8 tracks we had, 4 here and 4 more. So altogether there are 8 tracks, and there are a lot of chairs, co-chairs for each track who did all this work. In addition, we also had several program committee members or technical program committee members, and also so many reviewers. I'll come to that in a second. And the conference or the publications received approval from IEEE and IEEE Sri Lanka section, and all the chapters and all what are listed there. And the whole process went through double blind review, meaning the authors are not aware who reviewed the papers, and the reviewers are not aware who the authors were while they were getting reviewed. And all of these were done, as mentioned, in 2-3 weeks. You'll see the number of papers in a little while. We had a TPC chair, co-chair, and then for each track chairs, and then the reviewers and the papers were reviewed. That's the whole process. And the reviews went through these checks: scope, validity, data, clarity, compliance, advancements, novelty. The total number of reviewers, big number, 300 plus reviewers were there to review all these papers, and about 60 plus are from abroad, and others are local. Sorry, I'm going the wrong direction. Okay, so the reviewers are coming from all different countries, you can see here. And again, authors are again coming from a lot of different countries. Here is authors who are excluding the Sri Lankan authors, there are 96. And authors from abroad whose papers got accepted. Earlier the papers that are submitted, 555. And Sri Lankan institutions, sorry about the formatting, these are the institutions that had more papers of authors. You can see the universities. And out of the accepted papers, which institution they are coming from, they are listed here. Next time, if your institution want to be there, submit more papers. So these are the total number of papers. Although I'm asking you to submit more papers, we had too many papers actually. So we had 400 plus papers this time. Out of the 400 plus papers, we accepted 185. And each, like I said, 8 tracks, each track had a different acceptance rate. Last time when I was here on the stage, I told you that the acceptance rate seems to be a bit high, about 50%. We'll try to reduce it. So we have reduced it. In fact, this time it's 46. And we will hopefully next year we'll have more papers and we'll have to reduce it even further. Hopefully improving the quality of the conference. That is the acceptance rate, and also the after registration they are about 36%. So it's pretty high or pretty low in that sense, like high in standard, low in number of registration, no number of papers published. This is the word cloud or keyword cloud of the areas of the 180 plus papers that are accepted and presented. Thank you very much, and I hope I finished in on time, right? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor. ICRC 2026 becomes extra special as we are privileged to have the Chair IEEE Sri Lanka Section 2026, Professor Tharaka Samarasinghe, as our guest of honor. Professor Tharaka Samarasinghe from the University of Moratuwa is widely recognized for his scholarly excellence, visionary leadership, and sustained contributions to engineering research and higher education. Through his active engagement with the IEEE Sri Lanka section, he has strengthened industry-academia collaboration, promoted high-quality conferences, and fostered professional development among students and young engineers. His commitment to innovation, ethical research, and capacity building continues to elevate Sri Lanka's global presence in engineering and technology. Dear Professor Samarasinghe, let me be honored to invite you for your address.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thanks a lot for inviting me. I consider it a privilege to grace this occasion. I'm Tharaka Samarasinghe, Chair of the IEEE Sri Lanka section. I will not take long, it will be a quick speech. So IEEE Sri Lanka section is the national professional organization under Region 10, as Professor Takako already showed you, connecting engineers, technologists, researchers, students, and industry professionals in Sri Lanka. By the end of last year, we had close to 5,000 members, 131 organizational units, and last year we did more than 1,000 events. We have like few main goals, main being connecting our stakeholders, giving them access to more opportunities to develop their careers, and also foster technological innovation to benefit humanity. So this is our team for 2026. On the top right-hand corner, the handsome gentleman on the top right-hand corner, as you may recognize, is Professor Priyan, past chair. We have one subsection, 3 affinity groups representing the young professionals, women in engineering, and humanitarian activities, and 13 technical chapters, signal processing, communications, computer society, robotics and automation, power and energy, and a lot more. We have all the universities with us through 23 student branches, 73 student branch chapters, and student affinity groups. And we provide a very good opportunity to students like you to network, learn, and develop. So the 1,050 plus events that we did last year, 560 technical events, 127 professional events, 111 non-technical, 25 humanitarian, pre-university 28, and administrative 209 events. So you can see that we give prominence to technical events. So when it comes to section activities, the main point of focus for today is technical activities, and conference quality management plays a big role in technical activities. We actually consider it a separate activity in the section itself because we give it very high prominence. So when it comes to conference quality management, so CQM, we have sponsorships available for conferences. There's three main types, one being financial co-sponsorship, we call FCS, technical co-sponsorship, and the final one being recognition. So the two main sponsorships that you can get from the section being financial co-sponsorship and technical co-sponsorship. So technical co-sponsorship is what this conference received this year. So with the first two sponsorships, the publications will go to IEEE Explore, which is the largest database of research papers at the moment for the field of engineering and technology. When it comes to recognition, the papers will not go to IEEE Explore, but section will oversee the conference. So the process will be applying, and there will be people to review it from the section side. So if you are hosting your conference, you'll be applying for sponsorship, we will review it, and given you fulfill the conditions given by the reviewers, we will approve, and we will continuously monitor the conference as well. And these are the key quality dimensions that we'll be looking for. So we'll be looking for the technical program quality. So we'll be looking for the peer review integrity, TPC diversity, as Professor Ragal showed you earlier, from what universities are you getting the reviewers, which countries, what universities. So we need that diversity to have a fair review process to ensure the quality of the technical program. The next being the publications quality. All your papers being accepted goes to IEEE Explore. So we need to make sure that your papers adhere to the standards of publications given by IEEE. Third one being the organizational quality. In the sense, do you have financial transparency, accessibility for all authors to apply to this conference, get accepted. We also look at the participation experience or the participants' experience, inclusivity, networking, engagement. So what we do there is we will have our reviewers to attend these conferences. They will have a good look at how these conferences are held. And finally, we'll be looking at post-conference outcomes as well. Impact, citations, continuations in terms of quality. So all these will be monitored by the section under conference quality management. So we have 8 conferences going on with the sponsorship of the Sri Lanka section at the moment. ICARC became 6th today, the 6th edition. And I'm sure there will be more in 2026 and 2027, but we will make sure the quality is maintained. There will be more conferences, but we'll be focusing a lot on quality compared to numbers. In terms of conferences, this is a major event coming up in 2027. So TENSIMP is a flagship conference of R10, and we are very lucky to host it in 2027. So Professor Ragel and his team from Peradeniya will be hosting this event at Peradeniya in 2027. And as the section, will be working very closely with our teams to make this event a success as well. I hope you will participate in this event and submit your papers as well. So as I said, I will not take long. If you have any feedback, send this out to our email address. And as the chair, I invite all of you to join us, contribute, and enjoy the benefits. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. And even though it's around 6 p.m. in Sri Lanka, we know someone has been waiting to join our forum for us in the very late night. Thank you, dear Madam, Dr. Chivika Ranavira from the IEEE Women in Engineering. So let me go with the formal description first. The IEEE Women in Engineering has always been an integral strength to the International Conference on Advanced Research in Computing. And we are privileged to have with us today Dr. Jivika Ranavira, IEEE Women in Engineering Committee Member 2026. Dr. Ranavira is an engineer, author, inventor, and sustainability advocate. She co-chairs the IEEE Metaverse Initiative, is an ABET commissioner, and serves as a member at large for IEEE WIE. She authored an ebook for IEEE WIE and illustrated IEEE's first children's book. A strong advocate for diversity in AI and the metaverse, she actively addresses digital and hardware inequalities. Dr. Ranavira holds degrees from CUJE, Cuba, and University of Toronto, along with 5 US patents. She was recognized as one of the women engineers you should know in 2023 by the Society of Women Engineers, and received the Outstanding Member Who Promoted WIE Award from IEEE WIE CSV in 2020. Dear Dr. Ranavira, we are so glad and we are very thankful for you, for your patience, and that you are here with us. And let me cordially invite you for your address for the ICRC 2026.
Thank you very much. Do you guys see my slides?
Yes, madam, we can see.
All right, perfect. Okay, let me start. Let me just. Yeah. So, hello everyone. It's truly special to be talking to you today about women leading the charge, embracing challenges and responsibilities in an AI-driven world. This is because each one of you will be shaping our future to make it a better place for all of us. So when I first began my own journey in technology, AI wasn't a buzzword. It was just a dream, something distant and almost mysterious. But what drew me in wasn't the machines. It was the possibility that technology could heal, connect, and empower people. And that's where I'd like to begin today, not with machines or code, but with purpose. Our responsibility isn't just to build technology, it's to build a better humanity through technology. Every invention, every algorithm, every idea you create has the potential to touch someone's life. So let's look together at some of the challenges we face in this AI-driven world and how each of us can turn them into opportunities for leadership. So let's begin with the first challenge, which is actually representation. Even today, women represent about 28% of the global AI workforce. But statistics never tell the full story. Behind every number that you see, there is a person who chose not to give up. When you walk into a room and you're the only woman or the youngest voice, always remember, you're not just representing yourself, you're widening the door for everyone who comes right after you. So don't wait for permission to lead. take your seat, even if no one saves the seat for you. Now, once we take our seats at the table, another challenge awaits us. It is to ensure that the systems we build are fair and ethical. We know that AI learns from the world, and the world still carries bias. When we feed biased data, we get biased outcomes. AI doesn't have emotions, empathy, or moral judgment. It simply reflects the data we give it. If that data carries inequality or prejudice, AI will amplify it. That's why your leadership matters. When women and people of all backgrounds design algorithms, we teach AI what fairness, empathy, and inclusion look like. So, if you want AI to be just, we must be its conscience. And being its conscience means building technology not just with logic, but with empathy and heart. So, when you build your first AI project, whether it's for healthcare, education, or your final assignment, don't just ask the question, does it work? Instead, you should ask, is it fair? Is it kind? Does it make someone's life better? Because every line of code carries a choice to include or to exclude, to empower or to ignore. You're not just future engineers or data scientists. You are the moral architects of an intelligent world. That's what true leadership looks like. Not just building powerful systems, but building them with purpose, empathy, and art. But sometimes the ability to build is limited by access. And that brings us to the next challenge. Many in developing countries don't have access to the same resources like labs, mentors, or even tools. But creativity is a universal resource. I've seen brilliant innovations born from simple tools, AI models trained on open data, ideas from small communities that changed lives. So, innovation isn't about where you are, it's about what you do, what you dare to actually imagine. And imagination is exactly what drives pioneers like Daniela Rose from MIT, who is redefining what's possible with robotics. So Professor Daniela Rose says the future of computing isn't just about logic and code. It's about how machines can perceive, move, and help us in the real world. Her work shows how technology can extend human capability, retrieving objects swallowed by children, delivering drugs exactly where they are needed, and even healing the body from within. These projects remind us that technology's highest purpose is to serve humanity. And that sense of purpose leads us to our own responsibilities in this AI driven world. The world of AI changes every few months. New frameworks, new models, new ethical dilemmas. Don't be afraid of not knowing. Be afraid of stopping your learning. Stay curious, keep experimenting, and keep evolving. And you don't have to know everything. You just have to keep learning something. So, as we keep learning, we also need to remember why we are learning. It is to build technology that serves people with empathy and care. So, as AI becomes smarter, we must become kinder. Leadership in the AI era isn't about control, it's about care. Always we have to ask who benefits from what I build? Who might be left behind? That's responsible innovation. So, the true intelligence is measured not by what we automate, but by what we uplift. And one of the most powerful ways to uplift others is through mentorship. Whatever you learn, share it. Be the mentor you wished you had. Even a small gesture, reviewing someone's project, encouraging a classmate, helping a schoolgirl understand code can change a life. The fastest way to rise is to lift someone with you. And when we lead with empathy, share knowledge, and lift others, we create something greater than technology. We create hope. Now, as we prepare to lead in this AI driven world, there are a few critical skills that will help each of you not just adapt, but truly lead the charge. First, technical fluency. You don't have to master every algorithm or model, but you must understand what technology means for people. The human impact is where your leadership begins. Next comes a critical and systems thinking. Great leaders don't just react to the future, they design it. See connections others miss, and always think about the long term ripple effects of your innovations. Then comes emotional intelligence and empathy. Because AI can think fast, but only you can feel deeply. The ability to listen, care, and connect will always be your greatest advantage. Ethical leadership and integrity are equally vital. Integrity is not a soft skill, it's the foundation of responsible AI. Have the courage to question, to pause, and to choose what is right, not just what is easy. Then collaboration and mentorship reminds us that leadership isn't about being the first. It's about making sure you are not the last. Lift others as you rise and help more women and men enter this space. A lifelong learning mindset keeps you relevant and resilient. In AI, the moment you stop learning, the world moves ahead. So stay curious, open, and humble. And finally, visionary communication, the power to tell the story of AI with both logic and heart. If you can communicate your ideas with passion and purpose, you can inspire others to build a future worth believing in. These are not just professional skills, they are life skills. Together, they define what it means to be a leader in an intelligent, ethical, and human centered world. And with these skills, with curiosity, courage, and compassion, I truly believe that when women lead with heart, humanity wins. Now, before we end this talk, I want you to have a quick look at industrial revolutions. The main difference in Industry 5.0 is personalization. Think of it as adding the heart back into innovation. Basically, adding human values, empathy, and purpose for new technologies that we are creating. So, as we step deeper into this AI driven world, remember this: AI will never replace what makes us human: our compassion, creativity, and courage. One day, you may lead teams building the next generation of intelligent systems. When that day comes, lead with both intellect and integrity. And above all, lead with heart. Because when women lead with heart, humanity wins. Thank you. And I have a few things that I just want to show this before I give one other message. So as we step deeper into this AI-driven world, remember this, that AI will never replace what makes us human: our compassion, creativity, and courage. So one day you may lead teams building the next generation of intelligent systems. When that day comes, lead with both intellect and integrity. And above all, lead with heart, because when human leads with heart, humanity wins. Okay? And I also have to give a message, like if you guys are ready to challenge yourself, there is this IEEE Future Tech Explorer Challenge that is open it's launched this year by the IEEE President Mary Ellen Randall, and I'm the chair for this challenge. The deadline to submit your proposals is 27th of this, not the submit, to register is the 27th of this month. If you have something, please consider submitting your intention to submit the proposal. And there are really big price money also. Like the first prize is 20,000. So like there altogether $100,000 worth of prizes are there to take. So please consider submitting. Go and visit this website and see if you can submit proposals and start winning this. Okay, and then there will be another challenge coming up. Probably it will be launched in April. This is about it's called IEEE Response Quest. It's about where engineering, when it matters most, it's focusing on the emergency response, basically to support first responders with better data and insight. And that this challenge positions IEEE as a leader in humanitarian engineering. So with this notice, I hope you would join the challenge. And if you have any questions, I'm here to answer. Otherwise, thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, madam, for your very beautiful words. And even though it was unplanned that we had your talk as the last talk of the day after a few talks, it gave a kind of a beautiful wrapping up that our engineers of tomorrow need to lead the world with a heart, with all these developments in AI. Thank you very much, madam. I believe all the audience could get connected with you. And please accept our virtual token of appreciation from the ICRC 2026. And now, let us go through a small video that would be titled as ICRC 2026 at a Glance.
Shaped by innovation and technological excellence, the Faculty of Computing at Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka is delighted to announce the International Conference on Advanced Research in Computing, ICRC 2026. This prestigious event theme, Responsible AGI, Balancing Intelligence, Responsibility and Sustainability, promises to showcase cutting-edge advancement and foster meaningful discussions in the field of computing. Featuring an impressive lineup of local and international attendees, ICARC 2026 for its 6th consecutive year promises 2 days filled with knowledge, collaboration, and groundbreaking insights. Distinguished scholars and industry experts will grace the stage with keynote and special guest speakers sharing their wisdom and vision for the future of computing. Plenary speeches, pre-conference workshops, and tutorials are meticulously curated to foster discussions and disseminate knowledge across a spectrum of computing disciplines. At the Pearl Hack 4.0, the Inter-University Hackathon organized by IEEE WI student branch of SVSL, brilliant minds from all corners of Sri Lanka gather to unleash their creativity, leveraging innovative ideas and technological prowess to solve real-world problems. The GenAI Awareness and Practical Skill Workshop, which has been organized in conjunction of the ICARC 2026, is an exclusive program designed for the operational and administrative staff of Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka to enhance job effectiveness and improve workplace productivity through the responsible use of GenAI. We are proud to announce that ICRC 2026 is technically co-sponsored by the prestigious IEEE,
IEEE Sri Lanka section, IEEE Engineering, Medicine and Biology Society Sri Lanka chapter, IEEE Industry Application Society Sri Lanka chapter, IEEE Signal Processing Society Sri Lanka chapter, IEEE Communication Society Sri Lanka chapter, IEEE Computer Society Sri Lanka chapter, and IEEE Geoscience and Remote Sensing Society Sri Lanka chapter. ICRC 2026 has welcomed authors globally to submit full papers under 8 tracks, namely Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, Text Analytics and Natural Language Processing, Computer Networks and Internet of Things, Software Engineering and Knowledge Engineering, Generative AI in Education, Emerging Paradigms, Practices and Possibilities, Digital Transformation and Industry 5.0, Digital Transformation in Healthcare, and Open Track Emerging Topics in Computing. After a rigorous review process and a highly competitive selection procedure, research papers have been chosen for publications in prestigious IEEE Explore Digital Library. Behind the scenes, a group of eminent academics and professionals drive the force that powers ICARC 2026. Serving in the advisory panel, organizing committee, and technical program committee, the expertise ensures the success of this extraordinary event. Therefore, join with us as we unveil this annual event, setting another proof for our collective efforts and seamless collaboration towards excellence.
Caliber would have never become a reality if not for the generous sponsorships, both technically and financially. We gratefully acknowledge the funding received from our close well-wishers.
Faculty of SUSL on 27 December 2022, the Faculty of Computing embarked on a holistic mission to contribute to the national goal of achieving stable demand supply in IT BPM industry. Comprising 3 dynamic departments, the Department of Computing and Information Systems, the Department of Software Engineering, and the Department of Data Science, the faculty is emerging as a pioneer in computing education.
Introducing WSO2 API Manager, the leading open source API management technology, the fast, affordable, and scalable path to becoming a digital-driven organization via APIs. WSO2 API Manager platform allows your business to create, secure, publish, manage, analyze, and connect your APIs, API products, and endpoints. It gives you the ability to connect your applications and data across the enterprise and across clouds.
Your life is always on the move. Your banking should keep up. With the BOC Flex app, your bank is right at your fingertips. Quick self-registration and secure biometric login. Customizable themes, widgets, and a range of features to suit your lifestyle. QR payments, GovPay, and multiple fund transfers. From opening savings accounts and fixed deposits to getting instant loans, everything you need is just a tap away.
climate change to resource management, global challenges demand dedicated innovators, now more than ever. How do we bring people together, combining expertise and passion to unlock the full potential of remote sensing? The IEEE Geoscience and Remote Sensing Society strives to build a powerful network of researchers, students, and practitioners dedicated to sharing knowledge and advancing the field of geoscience and remote sensing. And we invite you to join us on this journey. With members from all over the world and all stages of their careers, we bring together diverse viewpoints. Meetings and symposia, including our flagship conference, Icarc, and other regional conferences, connect and inspire the
It is with great pride that we inaugurate the 6th edition of the ICRC today for the year 2026. And we want to express our gratitude to our distinguished guests and members for their constant support. First, let me cordially invite Professor Kavinga Koswathage, Acting Vice Chancellor, Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka, Professor S. Wasantapriyan, Conference Chair, ICRC, Professor EPN Udayakumara, Director, Center for Research and Knowledge Dissemination, respectfully on stage. I would cordially invite Professor Tharaka Samarasinghe, our guest of honor, Chair, IEEE Sri Lanka Section, Professor Pradeep Abeygunawardena from the Sri Lanka Institute of Information Technology, Conference Co-Chair, Dr. Loshandaka Ranatunga from the University of Moratuwa, Conference Co-Chair, to receive our appreciation. I invite Professor Kavinga Koswathage to present the tokens of appreciation to our guests of honor of the ICRC 2026, Professor Tharaka Samarasinghe, Chair, IEEE Sri Lanka Section 2026. To Professor Pradeep Abeygunawardena, Conference Co-Chair, ICRC 2026. To Dr. Lochandaka Ranatunga, Conference Co-Chair, ICRC 2026. Thank you, sirs. I would request Professor Wasantapriyan to remain on stage. And would invite Ms. Chandika Nirmani, Ms. Kumudu Vijayaratna, Ms. T. Kayalvi on stage now. Let me cordially invite Professor Anuradha Jayakodi from Sri Lanka Institute of Information Technology, Dr. Damayanti Herath from University of Peradeniya, Mr. Kavinga Upulekanaika from Axela Private Limited, Professor Roshan Jiragel from University of Peradeniya, Professor Buddhika Jayasekara from University of Moratuwa, Mr. Dinesh Asanka from University of Kelaniya to receive our sincere appreciation. Dr. Damayanti Herath, Track Chair, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. And to Mr. Kavinga Upulekanayaka, Track Chair, Digital Transformation and Industry 5.0. And let me now invite Ms. Chandika Nirmani, representing the organizing committee, to present the token of appreciation to Professor Oshanji Ragel, Track Chair, Generative AI in Education. I now invite Ms. Kumudu Vijayaratna, Track Co-Chair Logistics and Logistics Chair, ICRC 2026, to present a token of appreciation to Professor Buddhika Jayasekara from University of Moratuwa, Track Chair, Digital Transformation in Healthcare. Ms. Kayalvi, on behalf of the Track Co-Chair, will be presenting the token of appreciation to Mr. Dinesh Asankar from University of Kelaniya, Track Chair, Emerging Topics in Computing. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Let me now invite Dr. Pumi Shankar, Mr. Alan L. Amat, Mrs. Saranga Somavira, and Ms. Sweshtika Suresh Kumar on stage. I would cordially invite Dr. Suresha Nilmini Pereira from the Open University of Sri Lanka, Dr. Pasan Maduranga from University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, Dr. Telina Tantriwatta from University of Moratuwa, and Ms. Dhammika Marasinghe, IEEE Section Sri Lanka. I would invite Dr. Pumi Shankar, Track Co-Chair, to present the token of appreciation to Dr. Suresha Nilmini Pereira, Track Co-Chair, Text Analytics and Natural Language Processing. Mr. Alan A.S. Amat, on behalf of the Track Co-Chair, to present the token of appreciation to Dr. Pasan Maduranga, Track Co-Chair, Computer Networks and Internet of Things. And Mrs. Saranga Somavira, Conference Secretary, to present the token of appreciation to Dr. Tilina Tantriwatta, Track Co-Chair, Digital Transformation in Healthcare. And Ms. Sweshtika Suresh Kumar, on behalf of the Track Co-Chair, to present the token of appreciation to Mr. Dhammika Marasinghe, IEEE Sri Lanka Section, Track Co-Chair, Digital Transformation and Industry 5.0. Thank you. And let me now invite Mr. Prasad Kumara, Dr. Sugishwari Lekamge, Mr. Nishanka Satyamohan, Mrs. Kumudu Kaushalya, Mrs. Tanuja Dhananjali, Ms. HKP Dineshika, and Mrs. Arunirobika on stage. I cordially invite Professor Jayalatha Ekanayaka from Overvelasa University, Dr. Asita Bandaranayaka from University of Peradeniya, Dr. E.Y.A. Charles from University of Jaffna, Dr. Asara Samarasinghe from University of Moratuwa, Professor R.V.S.P. Ranatungal from Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka, Dr. Sunet Patirana from Overvelasa University, and Dr. J. Samantha Tharani to receive our sincere appreciation. I invite Mr. Prasad Kumara, Finance Chair of ICRC. So please. To present the token of appreciation to Professor Jayalatha Ekanayaka, representing the session chairs of ICRC 2026. Dr. Sugishwari Lekamge, Conference Co-Chair, to present the token of appreciation to Dr. Asita Bandaranayake, Session Chairs, ICRC 2026. Mr. Nishanka Satyamohan, Registration Co-Chair, to present the token of appreciation to Dr. E.Y.A. Charles, Session Chair, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. To Mrs. Kumudu Kaushalya, Publicity Co-Chair, to present the token of appreciation to Dr. Rasara Samarasinghe, Session Chair, Computer Networks and Internet of Things. To Mrs. Tanuja Dhananjali, representing the track, to present the token of appreciation to Professor R.V. S.P.K. Ranatunga, Session Chair, Software Engineering and Knowledge Engineering. To Ms. H.K.P. Dineshika, representing the track, to present the token of appreciation to Dr. Sunet Pathirana, Session Chair, Text Analytics and Natural Language Processing. And Mrs. R. Nirubika, to present the token of appreciation to Dr. J. Samantha Tarani, Session Chair in Open Track, the Emerging Topics in Computing. Thank you so very much. And with that, I would again invite Professor S. Vasantapriyan, Ms. Ramisha Madhurangi on stage. I would cordially invite Ms. Sewandi Nanakara, Cisco Labs, Dr. Samanthi Vikramasinghe to receive our sincere appreciation. I invite Ms. Ramisha Madhurangi, representing the organizing committee, to present our token of appreciation to Ms. Sewandi Nanakara, Cisco Labs, as a panel member for Digital Transformation and Industry 5.0. I invite our chair to present the token of appreciation to Dr. Samanthi Vikramasinghe, panel member in Software Engineering and Knowledge Engineering. Thank you. So please remain on the stage. I would also invite now Dr. Thilini Mahanama from University of Kelaniya, Professor Chulantha Jayawardena from University of Moratuwa, Dr. Pramila Gamage from University of Peradeniya, Professor Chalinda Benaragama from University of Peradeniya, Mr. Kasun Lakshan Sirisena for the University Branch, Bank of Ceylon, on stage for our sincere appreciation. To Dr. Thilini Mahanama, representative of Conference Quality Management, IEEE Sri Lanka section. And I invite Professor Chulantha Jayawardena, I think he's not here. Dr. Pramila Gamage, resource person, Learn Workshop, to receive our sincere appreciation. I invite Professor Chalinda Benaragama, resource person for the Learn Workshop, and who has been a long-term collaborator for the entire university. It's a privilege to have you here, sir. And with gratitude, we remember the University Branch, Bank of Ceylon. The Faculty of Computing, Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka, always believes in growing together. Here, we want to support our sister university, the Uvelasa University of Sri Lanka, on their upcoming conference. And let's take a look. After a successful inauguration and a very productive session, we have now reached the end of the inauguration of the 6th ICRC of the Faculty of Computing, Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka. Here's my kind invitation to Mrs. Saranga Somavira, Secretary ICRC 2026, for the vote of thanks.
Good evening. Professor Kavika Kasatage, representing the Vice Chancellor, Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka. Guest of Honor, Professor Taraka Samarasinghe, Chair, IEEE Sri Lanka Section. Professor S. Vasantan Priyan, Dean, Faculty of Computing, and the Chair of ICRC 2026. Distinguished keynote speakers, all the deans of the faculties and directors, registrars, bursa, senior and assistant registrars, and the bursas. Esteemed guests, members of the academic and non-academic staff, dear students, researchers, and ladies and gentlemen. As we conclude this insightful and inspiring inauguration ceremony of ICRC 2026, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee. First and foremost, I wish to express our deepest gratitude Professor M. Sunil Shantha, Vice Chancellor of Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka, for continuous support. I extend our sincere appreciation to Professor S. Vasantan Priyan, Dean of the Faculty of Computing and the Conference of ICRC 2026. Sir, your visionary leadership, guidance, and unwavering support have been foundation for the success of this conference. I would like to extend thanks to Professor Taraka Samarasinghe, Chair, IEEE Sri Lanka Section. So your presence and continuous support have been a great honor and a source of encouragement to all of us. Also, I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to all the deans of the faculties and especially Professor Kavinga Kosatage, Sir, the Dean, Faculty of Technology, for providing external venues and the facilities. Also, I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the Bursa, registrar, directors, head of the departments, and all the administrative officers for their invaluable support and cooperation in organizing this event successfully. We also extend our sincere appreciation to Ms. Jyoti Katlave from Synopsys and the past presidents of IEEE Computer Society for your invaluable contribution and the support as the honorary chair of the ICRC 2026. We are deeply honored by the presence of our distinguished keynote speaker, Professor Trishanth Nanayakara from Imperial College London. So your inspiring keynote address has truly enriched this occasion. A huge thanks to Professor Takako Hashimoto, IEEE R10 Director, Dr. Jivaka Ranavira, IEEE WIE Committee Member, for their insightful conference speeches. Our sincere appreciation goes to Dr. KPN Jayasena, Technical Program Committee Chair, and all the members of the Technical Program Committee, and track chairs, reviewers, session chairs, panel members, and all the resource persons for maintaining high academic and research standards. We are immensely grateful to all of our technical co-sponsors, IEEE Global, IEEE Sri Lanka Section, IEEE EMBS Sri Lanka Chapter, IEEE Industry Application Society Sri Lanka Chapter, IEEE Sri Lanka, IEEE Signal Processing Society Sri Lanka Chapter, IEEE Communication Society Sri Lanka Chapter, IEEE GRSS Sri Lanka Chapter, and IEEE Computer Society Sri Lanka chapter, as well as all the invited IEEE members who presented today. Your expertise, resources, and the global recognition have evaluated and the quality and the impact of this conference. Thank you for being in such incredible partners. I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to Learn for sharing their knowledge and for their collaboration with ICRC. And our sincere thanks to our knowledge and innovation partner, IEEE Microwave Theory and the Technology Society. And also we are sincerely grateful to our financial sponsors, Faculty of Computing, Bank of Ceylon, and WSO2 for their generous support. And we also thank our food and beverage partners, Ceylon Biscuits Limited and Pepsi for their valuable contributions. I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the organizing committee members for their dedication, teamwork, and tireless effort in making this event a success. Our heartfelt appreciation goes to audiovisual team, the security of staff, and cleaning service staff for their dedicated services and continuous support throughout the event. A special word of appreciation goes to IEEE student branch volunteers and all the student volunteers. Your enthusiasm, commitment, and hard work have been truly commendable. We also deeply grateful to the academic, non-academic staff of the Faculty of Computing, Faculty of Technology, and Center for Computer Studies for their tremendous supports. Finally, I would like to thank all our participants, researchers, professionals, and students. Your presence, encouragement, and enthusiasm have made this inauguration ceremony meaningful and memorable. As we conclude this inauguration ceremony of ICRC 2026, let us carry forward the knowledge, connections, and inspirations we have gained here. Let us continue to collaborate, innovate, and for the excellence in our respective fields. Once again, thank you everyone for being in part of this memorable event. Your contribution have made this conference as resounding success. We look forward to your continuous support in future. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mrs. Somavira. Concluding the day's agenda, let us now rise for the university song.
Sabaragamuwa sarasariyai Sabaragamuwa sarasariyai
සමනලව පිපි නිලුම් නෙලාගෙන ගිරිකුළුවන රද මතින් ගලා යන ජීවිතයේ කඳු මුදුන් සොයාගෙන ආගල කන්ද නගින්නේ ආගල කන්ද නගින්නේ ඉරිපා පහනින් එළිය ලබාගෙන මනරම් විදුනැන අකුරු දරාගෙන කළුගම් පතුලේ රුවන් සොයාගෙන උඩුගම් බලා දෙන්නේ උඩුගම් බලා දෙන්නේ කගගින් රුදු අඳුර නසාගෙන ඔබෙත් මගෙත් හීනය කලලිවන දිනය උදාවන්නේ දිනය උදාවන්නේ මේ ඔබේ සවියයි මේ මගේ සවියයි සබරගමුව සරසවියයි Sabaragamuwa sarasaviyai
Thank you, everyone. And let's please take the mandatory group photo of ICRC for this year as well, quickly.